What is going on, guys? TheWaffle here, and welcome to the channel update for January of 2019. I hope you guys had a happy new year, and let's just jump into it. So real quick, we've got some shoutouts to do. Let's do a roll call for the Syrup Squad. So I want to give a big shout out to Katarina Lopez, Christina Klein, and Little Spyro, who are still members. So thanks for sticking around, and thank you for your continued support. And we've got some new Syrup Squad members for this month. I want to give some big thank yous to Trey Eastman, Wobbly Potato, Nolan Leyland, Flamester 2.0, and Zachary Jennings, all for becoming members of the Syrup Squad. If you guys comment below the video, you should see your cool little badges next to your name, and I've already started seeing those badges next to people's names lately. You guys might have seen them too if you check the comments. And for those of you out there saying, what is the Syrup Squad? Well, you can watch last month's update video where I go in a little bit more detail about the Syrup Squad, what it is, what it does, and how you become a member. But if you're not a member of the Syrup Squad and you want to become a member, simply go to my channel, click the join button, and you can join the Syrup Squad for $4.99 per month, or your country's equivalent currency. And if you guys can't become a member of the Syrup Squad because you can't afford it, you have no way of paying for it, or any other reasons, that's completely fine. I don't want you guys to worry about it. It's a completely optional thing if you guys are able to afford it and you want to kind of go that extra step. Now, last month, the only perks that I had for the Syrup Squad were, of course, the badges next to your name, the emotes that you get to use in live chat, and, of course, the shout-out that I do in my update videos. Well, this month, I'm adding a new perk, and if you're a member of the Syrup Squad, you might have already seen it. But a new perk that I added was, if you're a member of the Syrup Squad, you can now ask a question, or leave a comment, or send me a suggestion, and I'll respond to it, I'll answer your question, I'll read your comment out, whatever it is. I'll mention it in the next update video, and we actually have a comment, and this question comes from Wobbly Potato, which right now as I'm reading it, it looks like your little waffle badge just turned into a meteor badge, so thank you for renewing your membership to the Syrup Squad. Wobbly Potato asks, why don't you live stream ARK? You could stream doing off-camera work or just a long episode, and there's no editing involved. I've been asked this question in my comments as well, but to answer your question, I actually did an off-camera footage live stream of ARK Scorched Earth, I think like last September, like September of 2017, so it's been about a year and a few months. But basically I was just doing off-camera work in Scorched Earth, you know, some boring, mundane stuff. It went pretty well, but the thing is, I'm just not used to live streaming, so I wasn't paying attention to the chat very much, so it would take some time for me to get used to doing that regularly if I did start live streaming. But besides that, the main reason why I don't live stream is that it would kind of get in the way of my current upload schedule. Because right now I record all my series in advance. Videos that I'm uploading right now were probably recorded a week ago. You know, that way I'm able to do a lot of off-camera work. I'm able to actually record the video and then edit the video, render the video, schedule it, and get it all up in time for whenever you guys expect my videos to come out. That's why my channel's so consistent and you guys can always expect a video out at exactly the time that my upload schedule says, is because I do these in advance, and it makes it a lot easier for me to stick to my schedule whenever I do things in advance like this. But because I do them in advance, I record videos up to a week, 2 weeks, or even with Red Dead Redemption 2, a month in advance. That footage would be completely outdated if I live stream right now. So I guess a way I could explain it is, if I'm recording ARK and I record me doing 1, 2, 3 in ARK, then that footage is going to be uploaded next week. And then say after me recording 1, 2, 3 in ARK, I'm like, okay, I need to do some off-camera work, I need to gather some resources, and I'm just going to start up a live stream of me doing 4, 5, 6. Well, the live stream of me doing 4, 5, 6 wouldn't make sense because the footage for 1, 2, 3 is going to be uploaded next week. So it's going to be completely out of order. 4, 5, 6 wouldn't make sense without 1, 2, 3, and because I record my videos in advance, squeezing in a live stream wouldn't really make any sense. It'd actually throw things off a bit. So hopefully that little explanation makes it a little bit easier to understand. But a way around that problem is if I did like stream exclusive games, but for right now, I just don't have the time to, you know, balance making my regular videos and live streaming unless I, you know, stopped making as many videos as I do right now to make room for live stream. But to keep it short, live streaming me doing off-camera work or just live streaming a long episode wouldn't really make sense in my current workflow. If I did start live streaming, it would be for stream exclusive games, but overall, I don't think I'm going to be live streaming anytime soon. But thank you very much for the question, Wobbly Potato. If you're not a member of the Syrup Squad and you want to submit a question or a comment or just a suggestion or anything like that for me to read in next month's channel update, be sure to become a member of the Syrup Squad, and about in the middle of the month, I'm going to make a Syrup Squad exclusive post on my channel where you could respond to it with your question, your comment, your suggestion, whatever it is, and I'll respond to it in next month's update video. So once again, thank you very much, Wobbly Potato, for your question. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. Anyway, speaking of new perks for the Syrup Squad, I did ask you guys last episode for suggestions for potential new perks for the Syrup Squad. So let me know what you guys think about these potential new perks. So one idea I had, which I had before I made last month's channel update, and I'm glad that I saw some comments suggesting it, but members only Discord. What would you guys think about me making a Syrup Squad only Discord, where it's kind of like an exclusive club where we can all like kind of chat together, talk about things, and it'd be only for Syrup Squad members? Let me know what you guys think about that. A members only Discord for Syrup Squad members. And another perk suggestion that I'm thinking about, and I'd love to know what you guys think about it as well, is Syrup Squad members voting on a new series. What do you guys think about me letting Syrup Squad members kind of vote on a poll to kind of figure out what game or what series I'm going to be doing next? Of course, this wouldn't be for all of my series. I was thinking this could work out for just one series on my channel at a time. So whenever one Syrup Squad series ends, you guys could vote on another series, and then when that one ends, you guys can vote on the series that replaces that, and so on and so on. That way there's always going to be a Syrup Squad, I guess you could say, Syrup Squad choice series on my channel. Let me know what you guys think about that. Letting Syrup Squad members vote for at least one active series on my channel at a time. And if you guys have any more suggestions for new perks for the Syrup Squad, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what would entice you to become a member of the Syrup Squad, and maybe I'll add it as a perk. Anyways, on to some channel updates. So, man, November and December were pretty hectic for me. As I mentioned earlier, I do record my videos at least a week in advance. So for November, I had to kind of plan out and get a lot of videos done in advance because I went out of town for Thanksgiving, and then I had to do the same thing just a couple weeks later for Christmas. So that was a very hectic time for me. I had to pre-record, pre-edit, pre-upload, all of that to cover for the holidays. That way I'd have videos going up every day as per my upload schedule, and it all worked out pretty well. I am back home right now, so I'm back to making videos, trying to keep ahead on uploads, and I'm doing a pretty good job staying ahead on uploads right now, so things are going pretty well. A huge thing that happened in December, and I mentioned it in December's channel update video, was hitting 300,000 subscribers. I mentioned that we'd probably hit 300,000 subscribers at the beginning of January. I think I even put a little screenshot up on the video that said I was probably going to hit it on like January 3rd or 4th or 5th or something like that. And guess what? We hit 300,000 subscribers on December 30th. Well over a day to spare before the end of the year, so we were able to hit 300,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And that wasn't it. We also hit 120 million video views on the channel. So two huge numbers, two huge milestones surpassed in December, and I only have you guys to thank for it. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and let's keep on working towards that 500,000 number. Hopefully we can hit it in 2019. And another thing I wanted to mention in this channel updates bit is the Golf It Christmas special. Like I said in December's channel update, Golf It is not over and I could upload it whenever I want. Well, turns out I uploaded a Christmas special on Christmas Day. So if you guys missed it, be sure to go back and check it out. It's over an hour long. Me and Whipper played 3 different like winter/Christmas themed maps, and we had lots of fun. Lots of memes happened in it. So definitely go check that out if you guys missed it and you're too busy, spending time with your family or whatever else and you couldn't watch it when it first came out. It was a pretty fun episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And that should be it for the channel updates. Let's move on to the series updates now. So Ragnarok is likely to end in January. We're conquering pretty much everything to do in Ragnarok, taming all the high-level bosses and stuff, or at least getting close to it. So I can only expect that the Ragnarok's likely to end in January. If not, maybe the beginning of February or so. So kind of sad. You've got to admit, the series is so close to 150 episodes, and it might not hit that 150, unfortunately, but I kind of wanted to bring it up, let you guys know that Ragnarok is on its waning episodes right now, and it's probably not going to make it to the end of the month. But of course, whenever a series ends, that opens up a new slot in my upload schedule for a brand new series to start. So I'm definitely looking forward to starting Spyro after Ragnarok ends, because I got a pretty good response from you guys whenever I mentioned it last month, and I'm pretty excited to play it when Ragnarok ends. Anyways, next up, Red Dead Redemption 2 episode 50 is right around the corner, and because I usually do something special for like episode 50, episode 100, episode 150 to kind of celebrate the milestone, usually I do like either a marathon or a long episode. So I think what I'm going to do to celebrate 50 episodes is actually a special long video, maybe like an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe longer. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out when the time comes, but I just kind of want to give you guys a heads up that episode 50 is going to have an extra long video to celebrate the milestone, and you guys can look forward to that in a few weeks. And next up, Jurassic World Evolution Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack. This is kind of a minor thing I wanted to bring up in here, but some of you guys were saying, hey, are you gonna install the Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack for Jurassic World Evolution? It adds 3 different dinosaurs. One of them I think is an iguanodon. I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head right now. I'll put a little thing on the screen for you guys if you guys are interested, but unfortunately I'm not going to be adding that to my game. I think it's like a $5 expansion and it adds 3 dinosaurs. So if you ask me, it's just not that worth it. I'm like, we already have a lot of dinos that we haven't even incubated yet in Jurassic World Evolution, and I'm trying my best to try and incubate new dinos whenever we're adding new dinos to the park and stuff. So adding more dinosaurs would only make that worse, and on top of the fact that it's $5 to get 3 dinos, it just doesn't seem like that good of a deal to me, you know? If they were like really interesting dinosaurs and not like an iguanodon, I'd probably consider it, but because it's like an iguanodon and 2 other dinos I can't even remember off the top of my head, let alone pronounce, unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be adding it to the game. So I'm sorry if you guys were like, hey, I'm really excited for you to play with these new dinosaurs, but for right now, at least for the time being, I'm not going to be installing the Cretaceous Dinosaurs pack. So I'm sorry if you guys are looking forward to me playing with those new dinos, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to get it. Anyways, moving on to future series. I mentioned just moments ago about Spyro Reignited Trilogy replacing Ark Ragnarok when Ark Ragnarok ends. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me tweet out me buying the new Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. And that's actually the footage you guys are watching in the background. That is me playing Crash Bandicoot 1 from the Insane Trilogy. And I've been playing it a little bit off camera, having a good amount of time playing it, and I'm getting this idea where I could play Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy basically at the same time. Let me know what you guys think about this, but I'm thinking about making it where I play Spyro 1, you know, Spyro the Dragon, and then when I beat Spyro 1, I'll play Crash Bandicoot, and then when I beat Crash Bandicoot, I'll move on to Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and then when I beat Ripto's Rage, I'll move on to Crash 2, Electric Boogaloo, Cortex Strikes Back, but once I beat Crash 2, I can move on to Year of the Dragon, and then once I beat Year of the Dragon, I can move on to Crash 3, Warped, and that way we kind of keep things interesting. We move on from one classic game franchise to the other and then flip-flop back and forth. That way we kind of spice things up and have some fun, get a little bit of variety in there. Let me know what you guys think about that idea, rather than just doing Spyro 1, 2, and 3 and then doing Crash 1, 2, and 3. Let me know what you guys think about me doing Spyro 1, Crash 1, Spyro 2, Crash 2, Spyro 3, and then Crash 3, because I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, next up, Atlas. Atlas was announced last month and subsequently released last month, and it didn't really have that good of a launch. I would know because I was there. I bought Atlas, I tried playing it at launch, and it's basically unplayable right now in its current state. I know I'm getting a lot of comments from you guys because, of course, Atlas is from the same people who make Ark, and of course, a lot of you guys watch Ark and are really excited about me possibly playing Atlas, but for right now, Atlas seems like it just isn't really playable for me. Like I said, I started playing it at launch, or at least I tried playing it at launch, and it had a terrible launch. Servers weren't coming up, you couldn't even connect to the servers, and then they did some updates, and then you could connect to the servers, but once you get into the servers, the game is pretty much unplayable in the starting position, so it's pretty much impossible to get out to like a ship or an island or whatever else from that point. And I know they've worked out some kinks ever since then, and they're making it a little bit more playable as time goes on, but for right now, I think I'm gonna give them a few months, maybe a few weeks, to kind of work out some of the initial launch bugs. You guys need to remember that the game is in early access, so it's not going to be a completely playable game right off the bat. You need to give them some time to kind of work out all the kinks, and that's what I kind of want to do. I basically did the same thing with Ark, by the way, if you guys didn't know. Ark first came into early access in I think the summer of 2015, and I actually did like a 10-episode series with Whipper. It was a multiplayer series, but the reason why we stopped around 10 episodes is because, well, the game, we just weren't feeling it. The game wasn't running very well. The gameplay was okay. We were having fun mainly because it's multiplayer and you get to meme around. But overall, we just felt it wasn't really a great game at the time. And I stopped playing it around I think August or something like that. And then I came back to Ark around May of 2016 and started my series on the center. And by then they had made the game run a little bit better. They worked out some of the various bugs and problems that people were having and that we were having. And it just made the game a little bit more playable than it was when I first played it. And that's why I continued my series on the center. better. So I think I'm going to be doing the same thing with Atlas. I'm going to give it a few weeks, maybe a few months to kind of work out the initial bugs and get the game to be a little bit more playable. And because it is a multiplayer only game, it's not like I could do anything in single player on my own. I'd have to rely on servers and of course playing multiplayer with someone else. Probably Whipper, he's been wanting to play with me. But right now, in its current state, I don't think I'm going to be playing Atlas. Maybe look forward to it in a few months' time. And next up, Hytale Minecraft 2, another game that was announced last month, made by the same people who run the Hypixel server. Now, this was a huge announcement. I think their announcement video has like 20 million views right now, but if you guys don't know, Hytale is kind of like, or at least it feels like, what Minecraft should have been. And that's why people are always calling it Minecraft 2, basically a sequel to Minecraft. Seems like you can mine, you could craft, but you also have like mini games and even like creative stuff where you're able to make like custom maps and animations and stuff like that. It seems like everything Minecraft should have been, but Minecraft kind of relied on mods to get done. It seems like it's all of that all into the base game, you know? A lot of the things that they're adding in Hytale are basically things that you have to rely on mods to do in Minecraft, but in Hytale it's like built right in, and it's really intriguing, very interesting. Right now there isn't any information about when it's going to come out or when it's going to have like an early access or a beta or alpha or whatever, you know? So I don't know necessarily when I'd start this series, but I've been getting a lot of comments about it saying, hey, are you going to play Hytale? Hey, you should check out Hytale. And I wanted to bring it up in this update video to let you guys know that, yeah, I'll definitely check it out when it comes out. But right now, there isn't really much information about it in terms of like release date or early access or anything like that. So for those of you asking about it, whether or not I'm going to play it, the answer is yes. But in terms of when, right now, I just don't know. Anyways, moving on to the next one, Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled. Another game that was announced last month, but is going to be coming out in, I think, June of 2019. Now, this is another one of those remake type games. This is going to be like a remake of Crash Team Racing, one of my favorite games as a kid. So you can basically tack this on to the whole like Spyro and Crash thing I mentioned earlier on. Maybe by the time I finish the whole Spyro and Crash little flip-flop thing, maybe at the end of that, I'll start Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So that'll be something to look forward to. If you guys don't know, Crash Team Racing was basically the Crash Bandicoot version, the Sony version of Mario Kart, and I had tons of fun playing it as a kid, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing this new version of it coming up this summer. But before summer, let's move on to Subnautica Below Zero, because at the end of January, supposedly, they're going to be releasing the early access version of Subnautica Below Zero. I've been giving it some thought. I was like, you know what, am I going to play the early access of Below Zero, or am I going to do what I did with Subnautica and wait until the full game comes out? That way I don't like spoil any storyline stuff or anything like that. And I think I'm going to actually play the early access. I feel like I can make like a Subnautica Below Zero early access series, and then whenever Subnautica Below Zero has its full release, I'll play it all over again to get the full experience of it without all the early access bugs and stuff we're probably going to run into. So if you guys are wondering, hey, Subnautica Below Zero is coming out very soon, are you going to play it? Well, the answer is yes. I'm going to be playing the early access version of it, and whenever it officially comes out, I'm going to be playing it again. So I guess look forward to 2 different Below Zero series on my channel. But anyways, that should wrap up all the future series and thus all the channel updates for January of 2019. But remember last month we played 2 truths and 1 lie, and I asked you guys which one of these was the lie. Was it number 1, I have never been pulled over by a cop? Was it number 2, I have never owned a Nintendo home console? Or was it number 3, I had 2 pet ducks as a kid? So if those were the 3 potential lies, let's check the poll and see what you guys thought. So 58% of you guys thought I was lying when I said I never owned a Nintendo home console. 22% of you guys thought I was lying when I said I've never been pulled over by a cop. And 19% of you guys thought I was lying when I said I had 2 pet ducks as a kid. And let's get a drum roll, please. Let's see which one of these statements was the lie. And it was number 1. I was lying when I said I've never been pulled over by a cop. Hear me out, you guys. I'm not a full-fledged criminal, okay? Yes, I have been pulled over by a cop once, but thankfully, nothing happened. I guess I can give a little bit of a story behind this, but I think it was St. Patrick's Day of like 2016 or something like that. I was with a friend. We were driving, I was driving him home, or I was driving him to his car, and because it was St. Patrick's Day, it was at night during St. Patrick's Day. I guess a lot of cops were out making sure there's not a lot of people out driving drunk, you know? So I got pulled over by a cop. He said that I cut him off, even though that was physically impossible. I won't go into too many any details, but his little reasoning was, oh, you cut me off, but it just wasn't physically possible for me to do that. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to pull me over to make sure I wasn't drunk driving, which obviously I wasn't. So he told me to come out of the car, did all the usual tests to make sure I wasn't drunk, and of course I passed him. He let me go, and he went on with his day and hopefully caught some people who were actually drunk driving. But that's basically the gist of it. That's the only time I've ever been pulled over by a cop, and thankfully nothing came of it. I'm not a full-fledged criminal or anything like that, so don't worry, you guys. Anyways, let's move on to this month's 2 Truths and 1 Lie. So you guys know how to play this. I'm going to say 2 things that are true and 1 thing that is a lie, and you guys have to figure out which one of these is the lie. So what I want you guys to do is click the eye on the top right corner and cast your vote. Which one is the lie? I want you guys to choose the lie. So let me read these off, and you guys can cast your votes. Number 1, I have a Shiba Inu, which if you guys don't know is the breed of dog from the Doge meme. Number 2, I went to college. Number 3, I've never flown in an airplane. So number 1, I have a Shiba Inu. Number 2, I went to college. And number 3, I've never flown in an airplane. Which one of those is a lie? Click the eye on the top right corner, cast your vote, choose which one you think is the lie. And I guess you guys could comment down below which one you chose and why, because that'd be pretty interesting. But there we go. There's our game, a 2 Truths, 1 Lie for January of 2019. We're going to find out which one was the lie in February of 2019's channel update. But until then, that's going to wrap up January of 2019's channel update. Man, I had a lot of things to talk about this month, didn't I? Jeez. Anyways, thank you guys all very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. And if you guys want more of these awesome videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll put my latest videos on the YouTube homepage as soon as they come out so you do not miss an episode. But until then, thank you guys all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of February for February 2019's channel update. Oh, bye there.